Thank you, Mr. President. Magandang hapon po, Chief Justice. Magandang hapon po, Chief Justice.
Good afternoon po.
Unang-una ko po ay nakikisimpatya po sa inyo. Alam ko po yung nararamdaman ninyo, nararamdaman po yun ng pamilya ninyo, sapagkat yun po ay naramdaman po namin 12 taon na nakakaraan. Halos lahat po ng batikos ay tinanggap po namin, lalong-lalo na po si dating Pangulong Erap, pati yung mga anak ko ay diinsulto sa kanilang mga eskwelahan. Ngunit, Ginoong Chief Justice, kailangan din po natin malaman ang buong katotohanan. Kailangan po malaman ng aking mga kapwa-senador. Kailangan din po malaman ng taong bayan ang buong katotohanan sa lahat po ng mga paratang laban po sa inyo. Ang una ko pong katanungan, Ginoong Chief Justice, at any given point, did you have $12 million in any or all of your foreign currency accounts?
The answer po is never.
Never did you have?
Never at any time had 10, 11, 12 million dollars.
Magkano po yung pinakamalaki?
Ngayon po siguro yung 2.4 na yon.
Doon po sa 2.4 million, doon po sa apat na account na sinabi ninyo. Yung, lahat na po yung apat na account combined, that amounts to 2.4 million.
More or less po.
Am I correct?
Opo.
Alright. Doon po sa peso account niyo, you said you only have 3 peso accounts left. Alright. Since hindi na po namin patatawag yung mga bank managers, I will take your word for it, Mr. Chief Justice. Just I know you have an idea of how much do you have in your 3 peso accounts. Can you give us a figure, Mr. Chief Justice?
Ang kwento ko po ay mga humigit kumulang mga 80 million pesos. Ito po ay commingled funds at sinulat ko na nga po rito para hindi ko na malimutan. Itong 80 million pesos po ito can be broken down into the proceeds of the Basagidote property, the expropriation proceeds from the City of Manila, consisting of about 34.7 million. Tapos yung kinita po nito ng Basagidote money na ito over 11 years, na humigit kumulang po, ang estimate ko po siguro nasa mga 10 billion pesos. Tapos, meron pong yung nabanggit nga po, yung binasa naming exhibit dito ng anak kong si Charina na to exhibit 269. Meron po siyang around 15 million pesos broken down further into the savings that she had when before she left for the States about 10 years ago, at yung mga pera niyang binibigay sa amin pagpunta namin doon, which is about once or twice a year, at yung pag-uwi niya rito, which is usually 2 or 3 times a year, binibigay niya sa amin po.
Yung pong sinasabi niyo mga peso accounts ninyo, yun ba ho ay nailagay niyo po sa inyong SALN?
Teka mo pa, may just continue the listing.
Sige po.
Yun nga pang kay Charina, for her house and savings, ang estimate ko po ngayon ng mga around 15 million. Tapos, yung kinita po nitong commingled fund nito sa BPI, estimate ko po siguro mga 6 to 8 million na po by now over the years dahil malaki nga po. At yung meron din pong nanggaling doon sa anak kong si Carla na 4 million. By the way, si Carla po, yung anak kong si Carla, matagal din po sa Amerika yan. She's a licensed physical therapist also in 3 states in the United States, and she earned quite a sum of money when she came home to get married to her husband, Dr. Castillo. So naglagay po siya ng 4 million from her savings. At saka si Francis po, na meron po siyang 2 million from his own. Kung tatanungin po, bakit nandun yung kay Carla at saka kay Francis, sapagkat po, mas malaki po yung deposit, mas malaki po yung interest na nakukuha namin. Ngayon, meron po, may isa pang component po yan, yung tinatawag naming Coronado Fund named after my mother. Yung kinwento ko po sa inyo noong Tuesday, about a few years before my mother actually died in 1995, yung mga 1990 po, binigay niya sa akin yung cash na nasa pangalan pa niya, na hinabili niya sa akin. Sabi niya, kukunin mo na lang dyan lahat ng pagpapagamot sa akin at yung mga gamot ko, doktor, at yun na nga po, yung kanyang funeral expenses, dahil siguradong darating doon. And by the way, just a point of interest, nung nagka-cancer po yung mother ko, inoperahan po siya. Ang doktor po niya, yung asawa ng ating Senate Secretary, si Dr. Reyes po sa UST. Yun po ang nag-opera sa mother ko. Ako po ang nagbayad ng lahat ng bilis na yun, pati sa UST, at all the medication until she died. At nabanggit din ko po din nung Tuesday na yung aking kuya, si Arturo Stoti, dati pong DOTC Secretary nung panahon ni President Cory, may malubha na po yung kanyang kalagayan ngayon. Meron po siyang sakit sa puso at saka scoliosis na hindi na po siya nakakapagtrabaho. Yung binibigay ko po sa kanyang 15,000 to 20,000 naman pang gastos po sa doktor at saka sa gamot niya, dito ko po kinukuha. At yung pinagpa-opera namin sa kanya, yung nagpa-stent po siya, 5 stent po, about 2 or 3 years ago, na nagkagasta kami ng about 1 million or a little over 1 million. Dito ko rin po kinuha sa pondong ito. Ito po ay total mga 80.7 million pesos.
Maraming salamat, Ginong Chief Justice. Doon po sa 80 million na yan, sa aking pagkakaintindi, yan ba ho ay commingled accounts na po yan? Kasama na po yung pera ng misis ninyo, pera ng anak po ninyo, at pera niyo po?
Actually, not strictly pera ng misis, pera po ng Basagidote.
Okay. Lahat na po yun?
May commingle po kasi po nakakakuha po kami ng matataas na interest pag malaki po yung deposit.
Opo. Ginong Chief Justice, kasi nag-testify po si Ombudsman Morales. Ombudsman Morales dito po sa impeachment court na talagang halos kami ay nabigla at halos napaniwala niya kami na meron ho kayong, can I have a minute extension, Mr. President? Nagkaroon ng meron ho kayong $82 accounts in a total of $12 million. Sinabi nyo, and you denied flatly, that you only have, as of now, $2.4 million. Never in a point in time na nagkaroon ho kayo ng 10, 11, $12 million. Am I right?
Never po, never.
All right. As a member of the JBC, you are the chairman as Chief Justice. Am I right?
Chairman po.
Yes.
By law po.
According to the Ombudsman, you did not vote for her to be included in the shortlist for the office of the Ombudsman.
Opo.
Why is that so, Mr. Chief Justice?
Kasi po, I would like to be honest, siguro, although we were civil to each other, although we were civil to each other, alam naman po ninyo, in any, siguro, may undercurrent na po nung distrust, or sabihin natin, for lack of a better word, may element na po siguro nung basta hindi kami magkaalyado. At ano po bang ibig sabihin nun? Kasi po, alam naman po ninyo, nung kami na bakante po yung Chief Justice, yung position ng Chief Justice nung 2010, nung nag-retire po si former Chief Justice Puno, isa po sa mga contender dyan ay yung pinsan ni Ombudsman Morales, si Justice Antonio Carpio. At siguro doon po nagsimula yun alam ko kakampi siya sa pinsan niya. Siyempre, hindi naman siya kakampi sa akin.
So doon ho nag-umpisa yung inyong animosity? Doon nagpipilian
hindi pa po animosity doon, pero medyo yung siguro, for lack of a better term, as I said, distrust. Whatever that means.
Siya po ang walang tiwala sa inyo o kayo po walang tiwala sa kanya?
Siguro pareho po.
Pareho?
Kasi tapos may nangyari pong incident pa after that before that, nung ako na nga po ay ang nahirang na Chief Justice, I felt there were many times I have to be careful about what I say. Medyo nagkakagirian kami, although in a very subtle way, ni Justice Carpio. Siguro natural lang po sa isang collegial body yung ganon. Pero napupuna ko na even if I felt na tama ako, hindi ako kinakampihan ni Ombudsman ni Justice Morales. Kakampi siya sa pinsan niya for the sake of at least that's how I felt. Maybe she has her own version of things. But ganun po yung nangyari doon until dumating na nga po yung kanyang retirement. Humihingi po siya ng isang napakalaking budget for her retirement. Sabi ko, hindi naman yan yung usual budget ng justice ng retirement ng Justice of the Supreme Court. Masyadong almost I don't know I cannot remember anymore the exact figure, pero at least po malaki po talaga. Malaki po ang hinihingi niyang budget. Sabi ko, hindi pwede. Siguro minasama niya yung ganun.
Ibig niyo po sabihin, humihingi siya ng malaking budget sa kanyang...
Not personally po, no? I will have to hasten to say na hindi naman si Chief Morales yung pumunta sa opisina ko at sinasabing, bigyan mo ko ng ganitong budget. In fairness to her, hindi naman po. Actually, ang nagsabi sa akin yung clerk of court. At siguro doon na niya dinadaan sa clerk of court yung hiling niya sa akin. So, ganun po. Hindi ko siya napagbigyan. Ang binigay ko lang po sa kanya yung usual level ng binibigay sa retiring justice. Kasi hindi ko naman po maintindihan kung bakit special budget yung sa kanya na hindi naman na-enjoy ng ibang justice. So,
magkano po hinihingi, Chief Justice?
Hindi ko po maalala yung isa pero malaki po. Siguro mga...
magkano ba yung regular
regular budget po ng retirement for a justice po nasa mga 500 to 600, mga ganun po
500,000?
Pero hindi naman yung binibigay sa kanila in cash. Pwede kung gusto ninyong mag-sabbatical leave, pwede ninyong gamitin sa retirement program, pwede ninyong ginagamitin sa retirement party, yung ganun pong
So ano ho yun? Doble o triple hinihingi ng clerk of court?
Hindi naman yata, pagkatanda ko, hindi naman umabot ng triple, hindi naman po.
Doble lang?
At least po, at least.
Meron pa ba kayong ibang alam na rason kung bakit ho siya magte-testify laban po sa inyo? Bukod dun sa mga sinabi niyo po.
Sige po. I think po, I'm sorry, I really apologize to this court to have to say it. Pero may tanong po si Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Palagay po nagpagamit si Ombudsman sa Malacañang.
Paano niyo po nasabi yun na Ginoong Chief Justice?
Kasi naman po winagayway niya rito yung isang dokumento ng supposedly or allegedly coming from the AMLAC. Parang hindi naman po tama yon kasi hindi man po authenticated yung dokumentong yun. Wala naman po akong alam na guilty ako nung isang predicate crime. Hindi naman ako iniimbestiga. Wala namang court order. Walang kung ganito, walang kung ganyan. And yet, naglabas na po siya nung alleged AMLAC report na yon at PowerPoint presentation pa dito. May isa pa pong bagay na kinakatakot ko doon sa pangyayaring yun Kasi po, pinadala niya ako ng sulat, pinasasagot niya ako within 72 hours. Ngayon, nakalagay po doon sa taas ng papel niya, in bold black letters, strictly confidential. Nung natanggap po ng opisina ko yung sulat ni Ombudsman Morales, nakasil po yung envelope, thick brown envelope. At nasa Baguio po kami kasi nagsa-summer session kami. Nung kami bumaba na sa Maynila, at saka ko pa lang po na kuha yung mga dokumentong galing kay Ombudsman Morales na nakasilyado pa po, sealed pa po. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po nabubuksan ng any member of my staff in Manila. Ang pinagtataka ko lang po, strictly confidential, pero may kopya po yung Philippine Daily Inquirer. Corona, I forgot how they worded the banner headline po Linggo pa natatandaan ko, ito sa Sunday issue of the Philippine Inquirer. And obviously, pag nagpa-publish kayo ng ganun in a newspaper like the Inquirer, for maximum damage po yun For maximum damage to reputation. Kalagay, Corona has 12 million or 10 million US dollars. Kinokot yung sulat ni Ombudsman Morales. Sino po nagbigay sa Inquirer ng sulat? Sabi, strictly confidential. Hindi naman ho manggagaling sa akin. Obviously, hindi naman ako magbibigay nun sa Inquirer. At yung kopya ko, nakasil pa ho yung envelope Noong nakuha ko, nung pagbaba namin sa Maynila.
Ginoong Chief Justice, nung isinuwalat po ni Ombudsman Morales na meron kayong di umano'y $82 accounts at agad sinabi nyo kinabukasan sa media na papatunayan ninyo na wala kayong $82 accounts at wala kayong 12 million. At sinabi nyo pa rin sa TV o sa mga pahayagan at hinahamon ninyo na magbitiw sa tungkulin si Ombudsman. Oras na mapatunayan ninyo na wala kayong $82 accounts at wala kayong $12 million. Yan po hamon nyo pa rin hanggang ngayon?
Opo.
Hinahamon nyo pa rin si Ombudsman Morales
mag-resign?
Na mag-resign?
Opo.
Kayo po, hindi ho kayo magre-resign?
Hindi po.
Salamat po.
No. One minute suspension.
All right, we just heard Chief Justice Renato Corona answering three questions, clarificatory questions from three Senator judges, the first being Senator Miriam Defensora Santiago, in which she actually asked on points of law, issues, balance of power, but the more revealing questions which led to more information were that of Senator Alan Peter Cayetano and Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Let's start first with Senator Alan Peter Cayetano's questions, where Chief Justice Corona admitted to having $2.4 million in his $4 accounts. How much exactly is $2.4 million? It would amount to roughly 90 million pesos today, in today's exchange rate. The Chief Justice explaining that the reason that he is liquid, so to speak, as what people call it when they have money in their savings account or in investments, is because they chose not to buy property. He explained while some other public officials may choose to buy land in exclusive subdivisions, they chose instead to put their savings in time deposits, cash investments or products that were offered by banks. And he had said that he had started from the 60s when there was no foreign currency deposit act yet. And Senator Jinggoy had asked directly how much he had in his peso accounts. He answered 80 million pesos, but he qualified saying it is in commingled funds. What does commingled funds mean? It means funds that aren't just explicitly his, but it involves the Basagidote sale of 34 million pesos that has now incurred interest, he estimated at around 8 to 10, 15 million pesos from his daughter from the United States, 4 million pesos from his other daughter, 2 million pesos from his son. Answering the reason why they have one account is quite simple. He said it just earns bigger interest when they're all put together.
You can imagine now that the Chief Justice seems to have his spirits lifted in a way. He seems energized by how the senator judges seem to be eliciting explanations that seem highly plausible and also would help